Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Claudia Kim. We're going to talk about liposuction. Now, liposuction is one of the most powerful tools we have to reshape the body. And it's also one of the most common cosmetic procedures that we perform. When liposuction is used as part of the gender affirmation journey, there are certain key concepts that would guide us on how we approach that procedure. Because this isn't just about removing the fat, it's about reshaping the body to better align with identity. For example, for feminization, we often focus on creating a narrower waist and a smoother, more continuous curve through the hips. A helpful way to think about this is to accentuate in an hourglass shape. You remove where you can and you add where you need. So we may contour the waist and the flanks to create that inward definition. And in some cases, we can combine that with fat transfer or fat grafting to the hips or the butt to enhance those outward curves. For masculinization, the approach is slightly different. For masculinization, the goal is different. We're typically creating a flatter, more angular contour. And what you can think of it as an inverted triangle. That means a wider upper body, which tapers down into the abdomen and flanks, with less emphasis on the curves and more emphasis on structure. Now, the liposuction technique itself involves just removing the fat through small incisions using a thin instrument called a cannula. But what really matters is not just the tool, it's how that fat is removed. It's also not about taking out as much fat as possible. In fact, over suction can actually lead to irregularities or an unnatural appearance. The goal is to create smooth, even transitions so the body looks natural both in motion and in clothing. We also work in layers. So carefully sculpting and feathering the fat removal so there's no abrupt changes or step-offs from one area to the next. And this is where liposuction becomes less of a procedure and more of an art form, like sculpting. We're not just removing volume, we're contouring the body to align with certain characteristics. Recovery typically involves some swelling, bruising early on, and patients do have to wear compression garments to help support the tissues as they heal. And as time goes on, the swelling will resolve and the final shape becomes more defined and refined. And when it's done thoughtfully, liposuction can create a very natural, balanced result and one that truly reflects how a patient wants to see themselves.